Greetings. I am Cheyenne Kramer, and I am so excited to be here today with my good friend Linda Ross, also known as Pastor Lynn. And Linda, give people a little bit of an idea who you are and what you do.
Okay. Well, again, my name is Linda Ross, Pastor Lynn, as most call me. Our nonprofit is Triangle Restoration House, and we support individuals who are, as we can say, down and out. They need someone to help them realize that they can stand again and they can be okay by helping those that either have been incarcerated, those that are homeless, those that are hungry, those that have lost family, those that are just on the back porch, so to speak. And so we try to bring them to the front and help them to realize that there is hope and we can get where we need to be. And oftentimes they're handling a lot of different situations all at once. So we try to go
Mhm.
in and encourage, counsel, talk, support, whatever we can do to help them get back on their feet again.
That is amazing. And I know it has the ability to do so much good in our community. And, you were an attendee at our Ignite the Spark to Eradicate Suicide event. And apparently, you have a little bit of story of your own in why you had interest in getting rid of suicide. Can you share a little about that with us?
Yes, I was really impressed because these kinds of events break stigmas that so many people have about suicide. And I had experienced almost committing it because years ago, because of what I was going through, the changes that I was going on in my life. And it was something I didn't want to talk about because it was embarrassing. And I'm
Mm,
sure that I found later that I was not the only person that felt like that. They hid it, they didn't talk about it unless you brought it up, found out about it, and they just wanted to have resources where they
mm,
could reach other people, talk to other people about it, and not feel like they were just a terrible person because they
mm.
felt this way. So we try to connect. We try to connect those people. And when I saw what you guys were doing with Spark, I said, "Oh man, this is an opportunity to build some kind of connection with other people who are either helping the people that I help, or or actually have them there so they can receive help." And so
Mhm.
I was really excited about it because I know that isolation fuels despair when you isolate yourself and pull yourself away from it. So coming together hopefully showed people, and I'm sure it did because there was a few people that were, impacted, including myself, showing people that we're not alone and that others
That
really do care, because that's the biggie. Feeling
that
like you're out here by yourself, nobody will ever understand.
that is so true. And, part of our event we called Spark at the Park, and that's where we encouraged discussion amongst people about however they were touched by suicide. So apparently you got some benefit out of that part of the program, correct?
Yes, yes, I did.
And
Yes, I did.
how did that make you feel being there in that group?
That group, although I thank God for getting past that hump, so to speak. But I felt good because I felt like I was among people that understood what I was saying, had gone through what I was saying, or had a loved one that had gone through it. And so just to sit there, um, uniting with the community of folk that were there reminded me that my life did matter. And the other people that were there were feeling the same way. Just in the conversation, it was like a relaxed, yes, at last I can talk about this without people pointing fingers at me, that it offered support to be able to talk about that part in my life that I don't usually discuss with anybody. So it's good to
Mm,
be able, the relief that you feel when you release it is, I can't explain how good it feels.
wow. Well, we're glad you were there, and we thank you so much for sharing that because Spark, the P in Spark is all about promoting open dialogue, and we need to be doing more of that to help heal our folks who have been touched by suicide. And then another part of our event actually was giving you the opportunity to explore what we would call complementary modalities. We know that there is great good that can come from our traditional Western medicine approach to mental health and wellness. A lot of people need some assistance from pharmaceuticals, a lot of people benefit from talk therapy. But I'm pretty sure you learned something new there in the learning about complementary modalities. Can you tell us just a little about that?
Yes, one of the things too that I like, but I'll get to something specific, is the tools that we learned some coping strategies in the different classes that they had, some
Mhm.
coping strategies and how to ask for help and where to go in crises. And those things are important because when you're going through and you feel like, well, where can I go? Who can I talk to? So it really gave us some tools to cope with those kinds of strategies. And the other part was it taught me about some things that I had never really looked into. I heard about them, but not really looked into it like I should have. And the did you want to know? Did you want to know which
Sure.
one?
Yeah, tell
The
us
stem
which one
cell.
that,
The
okay.
stem
Woo.
cell research. It just blew me away because I was like, what? Oh my goodness, this is why haven't I heard about this more? Why didn't I know anything about it? So the gentleman that talked to me really gave me a lot of great information on how I could be involved, how I could use it for my own benefit because there are some issues that I've been dealing with on a physical level, health wise. And so I was able to talk to him and get the information, and he clarified a lot of things for me, which pushed me in the direction of studying even more about stem cell research. That was my biggie that I pulled from it. That was my baby, other than, of course, expressing myself with the community group that was there. But the stem cell was just awesome and put me on another road, I believe, to recovery.
Awesome. Awesome. I am so grateful to hear that. And we're so grateful that you were able to attend, you were able to participate. And, the thing that I want to make sure people hear is, you have already got a long legacy of being able to help other people in your community. And that's one of our reasons that Spark is so important to us because health issues, emotional issues, mental wellness issues. These are some of the main things that we've seen that have been derailing people from being able to live out their purpose, their mission in life. And we're grateful that, we're playing a bit of a role to help you continue down the path of doing more with Triangle Restoration. Do you think there's value in Spark and being able to help people do more to make the world a better place?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think the event reminded people who may have been on the edge of giving up that their life has value and that they don't have to give up or hide because they don't want anyone to know. Then they need to
Yes.
know that they're not alone and there's a community ready to support and walk with them toward hope and healing. And that's
Yes.
that's what I'm most excited and thankful for.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule, Linda, to share a little bit of your perspective about the Spark initiative. There's going to be more opportunities for people to learn and for people to benefit. And we're just grateful that you're part of our community.
Thank you. I'm grateful to be a part of it.
All
Absolutely.
right. Take care. And thank you, everybody, for listening. Bye bye.